Here's the ugly truth, brother. Whether I want to admit it or not, the only place that I've been blessed to grow is when I just simply put myself into discomfort. And every single time when I really put myself into this place of, hey man, I don't want to do this thing, and I still put myself there, I was like, man, you clench your teeth and you go through that shit. Those were the times when I've been able to grow. When I do not really have the mood, when the weather is not really proper, when I do not really want to do that, and yet I'm going on there for a run. Because I'm afraid of that shit. I'm afraid of me just simply not being able to go through that thing. I'm afraid of me just somehow not getting into that place, or somehow just, drawing into this thing of fear and anxiety and all the shit. And so every single time when I just simply went to those places and I just put myself into these discomfortable situations, every single time when I didn't really have the mood for waking up, and yet I was waking up, I've been growing. Every single time when I didn't really have the mood for going out there for run, I've been running. Every single time when I didn't really have the mood for going ahead and making the cold calls, making the closing calls, I didn't really have the mood for that many times. Yet I've been jumping and I've been going through that thing at the other and at the other end. I was so grateful for myself because I've been just simply able to lift up my head and say that, man, I've made it. And despite of the things, I've made it. So for example, yesterday I really had I would say, a physically challenging day because I just got the diarrhea, and I'm kind of maybe I'm addicted to working out, hell knows, but the point is that I just simply felt like my body needs to move, like something is inside of me that I simply have to, sweat the hell out. And so I just felt like, man, I know that up until the point that I will not be going out there for a run, I will be still sticking this thing this thing will just simply stick inside of my head, and I will not be able to go to bed up until I will not be able to run. And so I just simply, it was the middle of my day, and since, I'm doing 1 meal a day, those are the hardest parts, the middle of the day, it's like, that's when I'm the weakest. And I was like, man, like, I just simply, like, I'm freaking dying, I would just simply go ahead and take a nap, and after the nap I start making the calls and so on and so forth. And I was just like, napping down, and I was like, man, you know what? I don't care. You know that you're supposed to be going. You know that you're supposed to be putting those shoes out there on and just simply go out there running. And so what I've done is I just jumped out of bed. I've made about a few push-ups. I like putting on my running shoes and I started running, and I put on the voice recorder. I was like, man, like, this is the thing, like the never-ending middle, like this is the thing that I'm living for, I don't care about that shit, that I just started to, I chant all of my mantras out there and all that shit. And at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not, me from being, unmotivated, without the mood and so on and so forth, I just simply came back and I was killing it, man. I was killing it. I got a guy who I was able to almost close 2 guys. And I mean 1 call close, like from cold call. And yeah, I'm still in the beginning of the journey, so I wouldn't say I'm too proud of myself, but I would say that I was accomplished. And so that purely came from the place of me just simply taking the phone calls, going out there, going through this thing that I do not really want to do, getting into discomfort, and going through that shit, getting into this discomfortable place, just simply set me up for doing another discomfortable shit. And so this is the thing that I wanted to talk to you about, brothers, because believe me or not, when I just jumped on this business, I would say back, I have been planning, I've been all these excuses. I wasn't ready. This is the point, man. It's like I wasn't ready. You're never ready. You're never ready for a cold shower, for example. You're never fucking ready for that. You just simply jump and do. And the same thing applies for life, and pretty much to every single place and every single part of life. Most of the times we're just simply not ready. Most of the times we are just simply jumping. And so when we are jumping and when we are just simply going through the discomfort, there's a place when we can grow. And quite recently, I've got, so basically now I decided quite hardly to focus way more on the financials on my business, like just the skills and all that shit, but like to actually make money. So basically this is it. I've been just simply postponing this thing, like thinking about the offer and all that shit. And I was like, man, yesterday I just simply made this call, and the guy was pretty much sold a week, or I would say like he was signing the contract a week ago with a guy who was promising an even worse offer than me. And the retainer, I mean like flat retainer, like the guy was charging up front like 6K, brother. I was like, man. I mean like this was my plan too, but I was like, like starting out gradually, like like not straight ahead, like straight out of the gate. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fucking hell is happening over here? And I was like, like just coming up with the point over here is just coming up with these limiting beliefs that I need to have this kind of an offer and that kind of, bro. No, this shit fucking works. And I clearly know the owner of that company, and no offense, but that guy just like, no, like I know that he's not smarter than me. I know that he doesn't know any fucking thing better than me. Maybe he has some experience in the industry more than me, but above that, it's like nothing else. And I was like, man, like how the fucking hell can I not sell the same fucking offer? And the same time, something just switched inside of me, because I was like, man, like I don't care. And like I this is it. Like this shit works. And so now from here on, I just simply cannot have an excuse. I just simply cannot have an excuse. And I was just like looking up at all these people who are in my age or even younger than me and making all these money that I want to make. And I was like, man, I'm feeling fucking discomfort. I'm feeling insecure because these people are there, because they are not smarter than me. They are not better than me. They are not more educated than me. And at the end of the day, I just simply got to realize that those are the guys who are willing to, do the actual things that it requires to grow. And those things are the things that we just simply do not want to do. Think about that. We're just simply never fucking ready for that shit. We just simply have to jump. We just simply have to go. Many, many times I'm not ready for a run. I'm not ready for, picking up the phone. Fuck that shit. I was just picking up the phone and I talk. And after a while, it's like, you're just getting better. You're just, like your mind will just simply stop chattering you all the BS. Saying you're supposed to be doing all the shit. So brothers, the only place that we can just simply grow is only at discomfort. Only if we are going against this feeling inside of our heads, and just simply say that, man, I just simply have to go through this shit, no matter what. And on the other end, that's beautiful. Accomplishment, so on and so forth. So brothers and sisters, I needed to share this with you, because this is something that had been changing my life and is changing my life every single day when I'm applying it, and destroying it when I'm avoiding it. So, all of my love.